I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel. Thank you for logging on. Today, I will be your guide to the usage and care of your Grand Seiko SBGH267. This is an automatic winding timepiece, and you can see this is performed by means of the case back, blue oxidized titanium and tungsten winding rotor. It uses the energy of the wrist to wind itself. But should the watch run down, or should you wish to top off its power reserve of approximately 55 hours, simply take the crown and thread it in a counterclockwise direction until it palpably pops out of its threaded sleeve. Now, in that first position, you can wind the watch, and 30 to 40 turns will be more than sufficient to start the movement, but you can continue to wind the watch up to its maximum rated reserve just by listening for a subtle click or tick from within the watch. This is the bridle style mainspring slipping by design, and it's there to prevent accidental overwinding of your watch. It cannot automatically or manually be overwound, so the bridle mainspring will slip to relieve excess tension. No harm done. That's just your audible sign that the watch is now fully wound. There are two subsidiary setting modes that allow you to set the watch once you've wound it. I recommend waiting for the seconds hand to reach 12 precisely. That is the start of the next minute. Now look up an accurate online reference, such as an atomic clock that is set to your time zone. And if you're not sure where the hour hand is in the 24-hour cycle, for instance, if the watch has been sitting, I recommend rolling through one date change just so you know exactly where the watch is in the 24-hour cycle. And now we know we're going to see the date change here. So let's say it is 8 o'clock where I am, and it is 8:25 currently, and I'm looking at my atomic clock, and it's 8:25, but I'm actually going to set the correct hour and the next nearest minute for a very particular reason. I want to create a target up to which the reference time can catch, allowing me to resume the beat of the balance the second the two displays, the watch and the reference, coincide. So I set my watch 1 minute ahead, the correct hour, and 1 minute ahead, with the seconds hand 0 to 12. I wait for that reference time, tick, 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 to catch up. The second both watch and display are synchronized, I push that crown back in. Now I've synced to my reference time. I also know that I am looking at 8 in the morning, not 8 in the evening, so I can use my quick set date with no hazard. There is a position between all the way out and in, so between winding and setting, there's a position known as the quick set date, and you simply pull the crown to that intermediate position, and then you turn in a clockwise direction to cycle the date quickly. This allows for easy correction should the watch run down or encounter an irregular length month. Just keep in mind that you may never use this feature between the hours of 8 p.m. and 3 a.m., as that's the time during which the watch is engaged in automatically jumping its date. It takes a lot of energy to jump the date. Therefore, the release of mainspring to the date mechanism is spread over many hours to prevent slowing of the watch. That's why that whole period from 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. is a no-go zone for the quick set. So always make sure you know where you are AM PM before you attempt to use the quick set. And if you must change the date in a roll through midnight, quite literally do that. Roll the hour hand all the way through midnight to manually change the date, and then roll past 3 a.m. before using the quick set. Okay, areas of hazard, several. Water, magnetism, and shock. Let's talk about water first. This watch is 100 meters water resistant when the crown is fully screwed down. That's sufficient for most aquatic activity, short of high diving and any kind of deep professional diving that might involve decompression or rebreathers. But for the most part, this is an aquatic watch that will be used by folks of an aquatic bent as an all-arounder. So you can swim with this in the pool or at the beach, but you need to remember that you can help avoid accidental drowning by keeping that crown screwed all the way down. Regard a wet watch as a submerged watch. You know you're not supposed to thread the crown out or use the crown when the watch is submerged, but never thread the crown out while the watch is wet, as that too can lead to a bypassing of the case seals. When you take the watch out of salt or chlorinated water, be sure to wipe it down with a moist, soft cloth that has been moistened with fresh water. Then dry and you're good. The timepiece also has a 100-meter rating as it leaves factory service, but over time, as seals age and lubricants degrade, a watch will be relatively less water resistant. Therefore, Grand Seiko recommends, on at least an annual basis, having the watch dry water tested at an authorized dealer. This service will be free, and it's also a good time to have total condition and chronometric performance of the watch tested to see if a comprehensive service is necessary. Magnetism is ubiquitous. You'll find powerful static magnets in the closures of refrigerator doors, wallets, and purses. You'll also find powerful electromagnets such as MRIs, wiring looms, wiring harnesses, personal devices, and the effect of magnetism on a mechanical watch is to cause it to run erratically, either very quickly or very slowly, by magnetizing the hairspring at the center of your watch's beating balance. If you suspect due to erratic running that your watch may have become magnetized, take it to a Grand Seiko authorized service center or dealer where specialized equipment is available to quickly and easily demagnetize the watch. Finally, it's important to remember that shock and concussion can cause more permanent damage. At minimum, it can cause imprecise operation of the movement. Maximally, shock and concussion can damage the case seals, crack or displace sapphire crystals, and even damage the movement sufficiently to stop it. Therefore, Grand Seiko recommends discontinuing use of the watch during concussive sports such as batting, tennis, or golf, firearms marksmanship, or the riding of ATVs and mountain bikes. Ultimately, every fine timepiece requires a comprehensive service per Grand Seiko roughly every 3 years. It's good to have it checked during your annual water test. If necessary, service solely with Grand Seiko authorized service centers or the factory itself, as these agencies solely have the trained personnel, specialized tools, and original Grand Seiko factory replacement parts to protect the value of your watch as both instrument and as investment. Moreover, only these agencies are authorized to back all labor and parts invested with a Grand Seiko International Factory Service warranty. Finally, visit our website at Govberg Watches and click, text, or email to contact our experts who will be happy to walk you through every phase of the ownership and care of this or any Grand Seiko fine timepiece.